stuck into why you're boycotting the BBC?
Right from the start of this campaign, the BBC have behaved like a political actor. I remember the first interview I did on the Today programme, and I came off there and thought, there's no point. There's literally no point. No opportunity to talk about policy, about ideas. But what happened on Friday with that Question Time audience was truly astonishing.
But I have a feeling, after my appearance last Sunday, that the BBC licence fee's risen somewhat up the agenda.
What's appalling about it?
The fact that young kids can't get houses, the fact that rents are up over 20%
So
over the last 3 years.
you're blaming migrants
I'm blaming the population explosion. It's as simple as that. The Conservatives promised in the last 4 manifestos to reduce the level of...
Yes, the BBC is deceitful, and after years of relentlessly targeting Nigel Farage, it's evident he has reached his limit and is ready to challenge them head-on. From the presidential election to the ongoing disaster under Starmer's government, Farage's encounters with media figures have made one thing clear: they disregard his words and the issues that genuinely matter to the nation. From Donald Trump to anyone brave enough to question the corrupt motives of major banks and the elite industrial establishment, the media has proven they'll stop at nothing to destroy reputations. Labeling critics as racists or fascists has become their go-to tactic, and the attacks never cease. Yet, Farage has shown remarkable composure, countering the media's hypocrisy and bias during so-called interviews. In his conversation with the BBC, particularly with Naga Munchity and her co-host Charlie State, viewers couldn't ignore the underlying prejudice. The questions, paired with the tone of the discussion, seemed intentionally designed to portray Farage as an out-of-touch figure, unable to tackle Britain's critical issues or present practical solutions. Despite this, Farage stood firm, shedding light on the struggles of young people caught in the never-ending government tax trap. He highlighted how working citizens are unable to save or achieve financial growth due to the oppressive two-tier tax system. Instead of engaging with his points, Munchity shifted the conversation, demanding answers about how he would fund his policies if he became Prime Minister. Her focus on financial figures felt orchestrated to discredit him rather than promote meaningful dialogue. For many viewers, it begged the question: was this truly impartial journalism, or a calculated attempt to sway public opinion against him? The exchange left a stark impression of scripted narratives overshadowing real solutions for Britain's future. The Bank of England, in collusion with the banks, continues its racket. But before diving deeper, a quick reminder: if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the time. Your support allows us to deliver raw, unfiltered insights into the UK government and the ongoing crisis, much of which is tied to Keir Starmer's leadership. Let's return to a key interview between Nigel Farage and BBC hosts Naga Munchity and Charlie State. For those who tuned in, the bias was glaring. Farage raised critical issues concerning young people trapped in the tax cycle, unable to save or build financial stability. Yet, Munchity steered the discussion away, pressing him instead on how he would fund his plans. Was this fair reporting or a clear attempt to undermine Farage? Farage's frustration with the BBC's approach was evident as he filled out forms to appear on Question Time for the first time in 5 years. The application process itself, which asked for agreement on certain clauses, reflected the institution's rigid stance. During the interview, Charlie State attempted to undercut Farage's credibility by claiming, "We consult independent advisors and think tanks. You just sound like everyone else." The remark visibly irritated Farage. However, rather than reacting emotionally, he maintained composure and reiterated his policies, emphasizing his commitment to addressing Britain's pressing challenges. As Keir Starmer himself once noted, political debates can be rough, but Farage proved he is more than capable of holding his ground. He outlined his reforms and reiterated why Rishi Sunak is an unsuitable prime minister. Sunak's background, disconnected from the working-class majority, is a glaring issue. Meanwhile, Starmer has made numerous disastrous decisions, ones he's fully aware of. A particularly egregious example was his decision to force the Labour Party to vote against the UK rap gang inquiry, a topic covered in another video on this channel. Realizing their attempts to undermine Farage were failing, Munchity pivoted, trying to paint him as divisive or even racist. Her remarks were aimed at discrediting him among viewers, portraying him as disconnected from British culture and public opinion. But Farage remains unyielding, focused on representing the concerns of ordinary citizens and exposing the systemic failures of the current leadership. If you found this insightful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more honest political updates.